I've been in the mood to circle back to Primus for some time now, and I went through your comments over the last few months and picked 5 songs I have not heard yet, and after 700 votes, you the people have voted Southbound Pachyderm for my next Primus video. Let's get to it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Low End University. For the Primus I've covered on this channel so far, I've only checked out live versions. I felt like I really wanted to see what Les Claypool was doing first, before I went back and listened to a studio recording. But you guys have also said their music videos are a bizarre sight to see. So we're checking out the music video for Southbound Pachyderm today, which is from the band's 4th studio album, Tales from the Punchbowl, released in 1995. And most of the time, I'm never sure what these Primus songs are about lyrically, but this song is about the extinction threat faced by elephants, rhinos, and hippos. So at least I have a starting point. Les Claypool said in 2015 that this song is one of his favorites to play live. So without further ado, let's check out the weirdness. Southbound Pachyderm music video from Primus. Much darker than the songs I've heard. This is very ambient. I'm actually pretty surprised. I've only heard the quirky, funky stuff from them. Wow. This is very unexpected. I want to go back and just briefly check out this bass intro here. A minor, which is always a very ominous sounding minor key. So he's got this sort of pedal tone going on just on the open A string. And he's playing around with upper notes in that scale and that chord, kind of making some double stops with basically a melody on top, if you will. See, making an A minor, of course. Just kind of vamping on that. And then he comes in with these really shrill chords, which are almost like a guitar part coming in, but I hear that it's bass. So already the bass has this really full range, kind of imaginative composition soundscape, just contributing to that dark ambient sound. And you got this kind of muffled, really subdued tone here. The way he's plucking those A strings really just sets the mood. Really dynamic. And it creates that massive headroom for him to come up here and just go, or whatever he's doing. So let's keep it going. But I did not expect this sort of broken down sound. Interesting. It's going up high for that little part too. Man, that's a hell of a tom fill. Tritones, but they don't sound so dissonant. Okay, Larry LaLonde on guitar is going already to a tritone. We're in A minor. He's up here in E flat land. But it's not like a stabby accent. It's more of a held out chord, so it's not quite as tense, but it's really just setting the mood. That low A, just foreboding. Bass and vocal unison, right on the melody there, okay? I don't think I've ever heard Les sing this melodically either. Very cool unison. Now, just some soundscape stuff here that's really grabbing me more so than the melodic nature of the vocals, which I'm not used to with Primus. You can kind of hear the guitar part here in the right channel, so I guess that'd be over there for you. I guess Larry's up on a high sort of muted harmonic that is going in tandem with that low open droning on Les's bass. Listen to that, the split. So he's got this. And it's kind of just widening the droning sound of that. You got him way up here, and you've got Les's low A down here, and then you got the vocals and more bass, creating this unison melody here. Just the imagery and the depth of that's, again, just very bizarre for Primus. I'm excited for this one. Really nice. Really simple note groupings. Okay. Those stabs are so loud, dynamically. I'm not even paying attention to the music video. I need to keep watching because I know it's... Just those chromatic kind of power chords, D, E flat, E. So they're skipping over that tritone that they're kind of hinting at, but using it in more of a chromaticism manner, I suppose, to kind of turn around the phrasing of that riff. The music video, I can tell, has got some weird deepness to it. Of course, I understand the subject matter at this point. I'm going to try to focus on it, but there's a lot to take in musically, so I'm going to juggle these the best I can. Okay, now Larry's taken over melody here. And I don't think I've heard him play this melodic either. That melody's getting a little more intense and a little more rhythmic. Just a little variation on it. That chord, colorful. Kind of jazzy chord there. Tritone. Okay, these little tags he's going up to higher, just kind of like going from the 7 to the 1 to kind of wrap it back around to A minor. Basically a G major arpeggio, but just a nice turnaround. So they have two type of turnarounds he's doing there. And then that kind of thing. This is something else. Vocals get a little more rhythmic. The animals. This is kind of sad. It fits the vibe of the song for sure. This is almost very soundtrack-ish, and I'm watching a movie and this is the soundtrack. Well, most music videos are like that, but these go together in a very kind of twisted, real, unfortunate way based on the subject matter. But, I mean, it perfectly matches. And I think they still have that contrast of kind of goofiness, this kind of stop motion, claymation looking thing with shots of them scattered in. So interesting contrast between the subject matter, the way the music sounds, and kind of the nature of the music video, which is a little more playful in kind of the way it's animated, I suppose. But we're almost to the end, and I just want to say this is like a huge solo bass piece. Tons of elements of it. You have this kind of pedal tone, melody in the mid-range, kind of above fret 12 is where there's a little bit more of a solo-esque lyrical nature. And he keeps the low A going. He might have recorded it separately. Now I'm kind of wishing I would have seen this live because the bass playing is all over the place, but you have these chromatic turnarounds that kind of highlight that tritone sensibility in the song. And then those little turnarounds that are even higher. But this is almost like a solo bass piece. If you stripped away the drums, the vocals, this would fit. A lot of range being covered. And I'm just so used to the funky, quirky, like Jerry was a race car driver, Tommy was a cat. Those are two other videos I've done. Very percussive, very groove-oriented. My takeaway is that I did not expect to hear this sound and tonality from this band. Let's finish this out. This is starting to sound more Primus-ish for sure. Ooh. Listen to the way those kick drum hits went along with the bass, almost like a kick drum fill, where it would have been a tom fill, but it was all done kind of sub-octave, maybe to kind of match the mood of that droning bass. Maybe something would, cymbal heavy would have been just too much of a contrast. So beautiful chemistry on the rhythm section if that's intentional. Right here. That's imaginative. Some crazy drum bass stuff here. Just want to hear this last part because Tim Alexander, Herb, man, what a drummer. I never know what to expect with his parts. There's times I've heard Primus riffs in the other songs where they flip the beat, they come in with a beat I wouldn't expect, it's on a weird count, and then sometimes he goes completely solo-esque in the way Les does in their music, and it's just way over the top, but that is the Primus way I'm kind of learning. And it all sounds so organic. And just this whole outro, listen to this. That fill is so cool. Then you have Larry over the top, doing what he normally does. Oh, saw them flying away there. I was truly expecting to go into this video, once again, scratching my head, wondering what I'm watching, what I'm listening to, but this was a very different side of the band I didn't know existed. I suspected it might, but I have not heard it. Thank you guys for voting Southbound Pachyderm. Here are my takeaways from the video. Les Claypool is a genius at making the bass full range, something I've discovered long ago and learned to appreciate even more with my previous Primus videos, but this showed a whole different melodic side where he's very good at spreading all the notes out on bass. On guitar, you can cluster a bunch of notes together, similar fret strings, and have these really rich chords. But the nature of bass is that we're fighting with physics. We have low notes, and if he's going to add any other notes on top of this low A, they can't be here. So he keeps that low A as what we call a pedal tone, keeping the melody a good octave or more apart, and then spreading the notes out even further while still keeping that low end. That's a conscious way to keep the bass, like the literal bass in terms of frequency, down low on this open A, and then you can have a playground up here. So he's a master at just learning how to use these elements to his advantage to get this very full range bass part. I love the darker ambience. I loved seeing the weirdness in the music video, despite I couldn't pay attention to it fully because there was a lot of musical little layers developing. That's what I'm here to do first, but I can definitely see a theme in their videos to be quirky, really well thought out, animated, kind of evoking something trippy, hypnotic, confusing, but it was an interesting take on the subject matter for the song. So again, I'd love to check out some later Primus. Let me know if there's anything worth checking out on their later albums after Tales of the Punchbowl. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Come find us on Patreon if you'd like to support the channel further. Helix patches, licks, lessons, full album reactions, and much more. Please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. I love you all. Thanks for hanging out with me. Cheers. We will see you next time.